Dear friends, let's start today's newspaper reading of 29th May 2024. First news is about the 31 killed as rain landslides wreak havoc in Northeast. In Northeast, in Mizoram, is the worst affected with the 27 deaths in the 4 incidents of landslide. More than 30 fears death, say officials, and as we estimating the death toll may be rise to more than 1450. It's a huge number in the region, and the state forces NDRF are working to provide assistance to the citizens and to minimize the impact. Move on to the second news is the SC tell Kejriwal to move CGI for listening bail extensions plea, as the Chief Minister of Delhi is out on the bail in the liquor case issue. Another news on front line is about court accuses Ram Rahim force in 4 others in 2000 murder case. This case is about in which about the releasing of Ram Rahim in accused of killing a man who's like a whistleblower of that case of exploitations of women in Indira. In that case, Ram Rahim acquit court acquit Ram Rahim from these charges. And another news is about Sandesh Khali attack. CBI filed charges, names Shahjahan's the key conspirator. Move on to the news that is relevant for us is about that is the court deny bail to Umar Khalid in 2000 Delhi riot case. Friend, the riots and the creating campaign which demand the like destructions of India as a nation are uh, very much prevalent in the academic institutions, and some of the allegations are against Umar Khalid that they just leading them, and in that case the court deny bail to Umar Khalid. Another news is about that is very important for internal security is that Delhi High Court reject the release plea made by PFI Abu Bakr. Friend, my question for all of you is that what is the PFI? PFI is a popular front of India, Chairman Abu Bakr. Like this is the successor of Simi, and Simi is the outfit that has facing ban in India, that because the Simi was involved in the extraterrestrial activity or in sabotaging the interests of India. That's why the Simi as an outfit is facing charges, and the Home Ministry along with the National Investigation Agency are curbing the network of the PFI, Simi, and some such related institutions that are working to weaken the democracy of India from like within the India on the support of external powers like Pakistan and some of influencing factors. This is going to be very challenging for Indian investigation agencies to track down these forces, because they just create diversion in the society and take advantage out of that. This is the editorial page. The Constitution's a surprise and trial in Paul battlefield is talk about the uh, relevance of the voters, especially who belong to the same community as the Baba Sahib Bhimrao Ambedkar, and you can read this thoroughly. It gives you like sense of India's internal politics. The low voting percentage in many states is case for concern. India's is the largest democracy in the world, and with just one phase left in the general election of 2024, a shocking exercise on voter participation across reveals a significant damping in the uh, in turnout in the set of election in comparison to the 2029, and uh, is from the perspective of election commission is quite a challenging process to conduct the election in several phases amid the temperature high and to ensure the participations of the people, and to know more about the statistics of percentage in different region in the north, south, east and west, or collectively, you can go through this article and move on to the next. The last lap, Rafael Nadal speech no longer seems able to power his body. This article is from Sports about Rafael Nadal and his career, and it give tennis has been a sport which has worldwide acceptance and fan following. Many question in written exam has been asked from the tennis tournaments and their arrangement order of the tournament and their in which they play and the sequence. Rafael Nadal is one of the big name in the tennis. Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic. These are the names that are making headlines every day. Move on to the next article. Still no sign of language of equity and inclusion. In this article, it talk about the propagations of news for the deaf and handicapped peoples who cannot listen or who cannot uh, absorb as normal way of communication. More focus should be given to the people from the state authorities to keeping everyone inclusive, because the people who has disabilities in getting the things and perceiving things have equal opinion, equal right to exercise their vote to get information. And it's a good article to be read. You should read. It's about getting the right of disabilities. This is the question of Palestine UN membership. This is Palestine and Israel war is in news, and the recent action of Rafah are very much on Rafah are making news daily, and every time different kind of pictures are coming from the Rafah or Palestine that uh, the killing of humanity is there, and with that actions the Israeli defense forces intensify their actions to wipe out Hamas, and as keeping their single and the utmost goal. In that, in keeping that things in mind, what is the way forward and what should be the way forward? The country like Norway, Sweden are recognizing the Palestine as a country. The number of recognitions, the country which recognize Palestine as a country are getting high. And second, the support for Palestine is gaining and increasing among the peoples of world, and the peoples are coming to support the two-state solutions, to having accepting the making pressure on Israel to confirm on ceasefire, to access humanitarian assistance to the people of Gaza, and not impacting and killing on civilian societies. This report is about the many US adult questions worth of a college degree survey. Student debt is mounting and the ways of non-degree holders are increasing. Like in US, the higher educations, getting higher education is getting costly, and the youth of West or Europe or in US are thinking of what is the worth of their college degree. It is again very important news. Global turnover of tech firms under the ambit of new bill 30 in billions dollars. India Digital Competition Bill on the line of EU Digital Market Act 2022. It will apply to the firm whose digital service have at least 10 million users locally and bring some of world biggest tech firm under this ambit. Government of India are bring to laws to consolidate or to strengthen the right of people of India regarding the data, and that way they just bring the digital competitions bill in the line of that is in EU. Friend, let me tell you here that the EU has strongest and the like most customer oriented or the consumer oriented right and the bill that exists for the data in Europe, and that is the welcoming step in India if India government bring same line and the our data will be remain in India. And for that the company like Facebook, Google, and relate their parent companies just give a argument that it will bring cost to the consumers and there have consequence. But friend, for their national security, for the individual service and individual cyber security, it is important that the law, the data digital competitions will exist with the having the interests of people of India in mind. Move on to the next. Country have recognized Palestine statehood in UN. The 140 countries, Spain, Ireland, and Norway, are moving to formally recognize Palestine state, a step to long-headed Palestine aspirations that fulfilled by outrage over civilian death in the Gaza Strip following Israel offensive. Yes, the number of countries that that recognize Israel as and recognize Palestine as an identity and in a formal way are as high as up to 140. That is a good support that for the continuing the movement of Palestine to fight for their statehood. And due to heat stroke, people are die in Rajasthan. Please be safe, take care of yourself. The temperature is somewhere 45 to 50 degree in the northern part of India, and in Rajasthan it goes very high, goes high and like fatal too. The people killed in India and Bangladesh due to Hemal cyclone. My question for you is that who given the name of Hemal cyclone? And in that cyclone it hit in Bay of Bengal. Around 30 people has been died in this cyclone. Move on to the next. On fire safety regulations in India, what happened at the Rajkot Gaming Center and at the Newborn Baby Center Hospital in New Delhi? What are the various laws and guidelines which stipulate rules around fire safety in buildings? How have could respond to the negligence over public safety? On May 25, 7 baby died in a fire in a hospital for newborn in Vivek Vihar, Delhi, leading to the arrest of Naveen Kinchi, owner of Newborn Baby Care Hospital, along with the doctor on duty. The Union of India's positions on fire safety is that the Model Building by Law 2016 and its component Chapter 11 on fire protection and fire safety requirements provides the necessary framework for state government which bear responsibility for fire safety and under law. It's like they just simply a blame game, and like who is accountable for this death of, or like the uh, killing of these seven innocent people, seven innocent child due to the carelessness of fire. Given there was a 240 fire in commercial building and 42 in government building in 2022, killing a total 257 people in tightening the implementation of provision building code and the model building bylaw imperatives. Friend, regarding the fire safety is very concerning issue in recent years, like the happening of accident in the coaching, happening of accident due to absence of proper fire safety, and like we cold and we have ambitious to become superpower, and this kind of confidence and this kind of rule and regulation for regarding fire safety should be keep in mind, because anytime this is the factor that lead to the death of uh, like hundreds and thousands and even millions, and like it has compounded with the destruction of resources as well. And the best part is about that it can be preventable with some of actions, like government authority should take care of this along with the people and the party that involved in any kind of business and can do to prevent such activities. It's about that the Metis civil society organizations raise question over target attack in Manipur, and India over 1 billion aids to the Papua New Guinea, a country in the Pacific Oceans that are undergoing in the landslide and in which 200 people are killed. It is the same country which has like make news to whose country had like touched the feet of our prime ministers when our PM visit last year or this year in this country. Like country like Google, uh, Amazon oppose antitrust bill. The US lobby group representing tech giant Amazon, Apple has asked India to rethink its proposed EU link competitive law, arguing regulations against data use and preferential treatment of partners could raise user costs, a letter showing. And in this news, same things is mentioned about the rising of costs. And this news is about the latest Israeli strike on Rafah, killed 37 day after attack on tent camp. And another news is about Poland should not rule out sending troops to Ukraine. It's a Poland commitment to sending the soldiers in Ukraine-Russia war. Again, Houthi role suspected as missile hit vessels in Red Sea of Yemen. In Red Sea, the Red Sea area of Red Sea, this is the area, and like this is the Red Sea, and this is the Saudi Arabia, and here this region is very much in the influence of Houthi rebels, and the here is the Somalian pirates. So it is become very in effect like obstacle creating for the passing vessels through, because it is having continuous danger of facing attack from Houthi from any related party, and like this is also the route of connecting Asia, especially India to the like Mediterranean sea, and to the Europe, here the Europe, and to the like North America. This news is about the Taiwan legislature passes bill curtailing the power of president, as the Taiwan the country is in news due to recent action of China to cordon off and to exercise the uh, like military exercise of drilling to conquer China, to conquer the Taiwan, and making the unifications of China a very effective one. Confident confident of a good show by India in Paris. Anuj, Athlete Federation of India Senior Vice President, says preparations are going well ahead of Olympic, add that the injuries are part and parcel of the game. Like the Olympic of Paris is in the line, and India is expected to work uh, hardly to gain and to increase the number of medals in the Paris Olympic. This news is about the Satvik Chirag pair bow out in first round. World number one Satvik Reddy and Chirag case out of the Singapore Open after suffering a shock defeat against Denmark world number 34 Daniel Lugard and Madas Westgard in opening round here on Tuesday. Satvik and Chirag 20 22, 18, 21 to the Daniel and Mads in 47 cross. This is the from the science portion. An altered protein and fuzzy neurons conspire to cause microphalia. The SASS6 gene and its variation have been implicated in a development process that lead to microphilia. A new study has found that if one copy of this gene is non-functional, then the other retains some function, and so if both copy are non-functional, a human embryo dies before it came into a fetus. Like it's a high chance that in upcoming days, and the question can be asked from this is a biology section, and most let's take about the gist. Most cases of congenital microphalia come from consanguineous marriage. Consanguinity increases the risk of inheriting a mutation copy of genes from both parents. The risk is greater if the mutated genes is rare in the general population. When researchers suppressed the SASS6 gene in C. elegans embryos, they found that the cell failed to assemble new centrioles, resulting in arrest and development. After studying a family of which four members had microphilia, researchers found that the mutations correlated with microphilia. The amino acid isoquinoline in the SASS6 genes had been replaced by taurine, thus its name IL-63. Like this news, this disease is about most children with microphilia have a small brain, poor motor function, poor speech, and abnormal facial feature, and are intellectually disabled. In exam, the question from this can be asked: why this disease happen due to irregularity of chromosomes and genes. Okay. Gravity like shaping celestial body. This is science, and that's from my side. I have completed. If you have any query, any doubt regarding the newspaper reading, you can have asked me, and I'm happy to answer you. That's from my side. Jain. See you soon.